everyone, Lisa here. If you go to sleep at night and you feel like you've done something, more than likely you have. We consider this that you're working for the army of the Lord, or you're working for bad guys, or you're just hanging out in the dream space. Either way, I'm speaking to you. These theorems are based on Dolores Cannon's work, reading the Bible, and my own personal experiences. Now, I've had to start this video a million times, so bear with me. Dream time. If you wake up and something cut on your nose or scratch down your face or little burn marks here and there, or the little marks that look like the five of the dominoes, or bruises that you went to bed and you weren't bruised, or just, oh man, I've been doing something. Or I've heard people say, oh, I've been in front of a computer screen all night. More than likely you have. Dolores Cannon spent a lot of time interviewing people that who claim to be abducted by aliens. Now, the alien abduction thing does happen, is what I'm told. And a lot of times there's people who work in the dream time who go and bring you back. Because it seems like the dream time, but we're actually out in space doing stuff. We fly with angels, okay? We work up on spaceships. We take care of hybrid babies. We might be up on the spaceship monitoring somebody on a screen, okay? And then you get up there and there's little crafts and we have suits and we fly and we do stuff. We do some crazy wild stuff up there. And a lot of times it could just feel like that was just a dream. But you'll know the difference after a while. When you've been doing it for a long time, and there are some people out there who've been doing it since they were children. And there are children now who are involved in that program. This will all come to light probably, I'm not going to even guess, they're not telling me numbers or years, but it will all come to light at some point. There's been a lot of crazy stuff going on. And some of us are actually demon slayers, okay? When these people who do witchcraft and coven shit and do the sex magic and use elementals to create entities, some of us have to dispose of them. And there's various ways to do that. Not necessarily with swords. You could do words. After all, magic is words. What is magicked with words can be unmagicked with words. Remember that. So like if you've gone through a big shift, and I've heard other tarot readers, so many people have separated in their lives and left this one. There's karmic relationships. Who's trying to block divine feminines from divine masculines? Like the energy is just so chaotic and bizarre. So a lot of us have upheavals, right? So if you've been one of those people and you've packed up all your shit and you were with somebody who got involved in witchcraft and Coventry shit, and you know, I'm not doing this, right? So like if you find screws, I find these fucking everywhere in things. I don't pack screws with my silverware, okay? When you find screws in your shit, that's your ex saying, screw, you're screwed. And that's the intention of your screwed is on that, okay? This is like, think about it, people. You people who go crazy with the witchcraft, just slay me. Do you think that really seems intelligent and adult-like? So, do you think this makes you powerful? I mean, do you really think that? Does this make you sophisticated? Because I know the ex wanted to elevate societally, and his way of doing it is not like my way of doing it, but that's neither here nor there. So that's the kind of stuff I've been dealing with. I'm finally here. I'm not homeless anymore. I have created a space for myself all on my own without anyone's help, and here I am, and I feel good about that. And it's taken me a while to get through the grieving process. You know, my why was my family. I've taken care of kids and my family and my husband for years. And I enjoyed it. I really did kind of enjoy it, and it really hurt to leave, but and the circumstances under which it was done, I hope come to light someday, and that's why it's over Victor. Victor had a good part to play in the destruction of my family and my lifestyle. And but here I am. They say the tarot readers have been saying you have to have this upheaval and change everything to get what's good for you. Okay, and at my age, there's been the whole, oh, gee, I'm so old, and then Victor hears on his as she's too old for you, and there's this whole old, oh, but yet today I had to ask for my senior citizen discount. I have to ask for it, and there was a young man. He asked to see my driver's license. He says, I would never have guessed. I said, oh, bless your heart. Do you want to come home with me? No, I didn't say that, but no, bless his heart. That was so cute. Anyway, so here I am. I'm here. Merry Christmas. I'm here with my little Christmas goo-gaws. Like, so I was attacked today by a mystic. A very, very, if I were to say, you'd be shocked. And I was shocked. I read him the riot act, and I did mystic shit back to him. Now, Mr. Mystic who attacked me, I want you to know there's another famous mystic who I trapped inside of a crystal. He might not ever fucking admit it, but I trapped that guy. Came in a snake form with his little magic colors and shit. And I put him in a fucking crystal. Okay, and then I forgot, they just taught me how to do this, and I didn't care. I don't care where you are. And then and the angels start yelling, you gotta let him go, you gotta let him go, you gotta let him go. Well, he had come in snake form watching me and Victor have 5D sex, okay? Not cool. Maybe he thought he was gonna slip in there and get a little bit of that energy. Sacral energy, off limits now. You try, you're gonna get burned. Anyway, you should be mindful of who you play with in the 5D space, because God has actually put some unique and interesting people out there just to give you a run for your money. Okay, especially people who look for weak people to steal from, practice your witchcraft on, and some of that shit's going to stop. I can't wait for it to become public. Anyway, Victor's going to go through an awakening here before too long, because somebody did something that's going to come into his life that's just going to kind of smack him in the face. He's not ready for it, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, the whole shagang, and they try. Somebody talked Victor into doing something he shouldn't have done, and he's probably figuring this out, or has figured it out already. And probably kicked himself in the pants, but it's okay. It's good. It's good for the person he did it to, because she's going to get something even better than Victor. So I'm excited. She is excited about that. Let's put it this way, right? And I feel a lot better not having him dragging me down from my sacral space. So when you engage in 5D sex, if you have or have ever, if you're capable of, I don't know who's capable and who isn't, you got to be very mindful of who you're sharing energy with. I thought this guy was a good guy, but he's not. Evidently he's not. He's a real creepazoid, and that freaks me out a little bit. I don't think Victor really knows who Victor is. I don't think Victor knows what Victor wants. I don't think Victor knows much of anything other than, he got into this business and made a name for himself, and is a big hoity-toity, and his life has never been difficult. And when you don't have difficulties in your life, and then you're facing real fucked up shit, boy, that'll wake you up, won't it? Yeah, poor Victor. I feel sorry for him a little bit. Anyway, I want to talk about Lilith, because tonight, just so all you people who are regular people and don't do witchcraft and are affected by it, tonight is a new moon. It's the new moon in Sagittarius, the last new moon of the year in Sagittarius. What's that? I'm not going to even try. There's some Sagittarius slice that they call the 13th astrology thing. I just feel like the Ophiuchus, okay? That's powerful right now. Now, people in that sign, you're really foolish, coven people I'm speaking to try to attack a Sagittarian on the Sagittarius new moon, especially if that Sagittarius happens to know Lilith and is a friend of hers. You'd be very, very, very foolish to do that. But then again, people who practice witchcraft, I do not believe are the smartest people in the world. God bless J.K. Rowling. She came out with the Harry Potter, and they're all educated and seem like. But then there's the bigotry and the muggles, and that. But and then these coven people kind of like abuse J.K. Rowling in her life and do various things to her. Spirit has showed me that they knocked her down the steps once, and there was a bunch of us that you're not even aware of that we retaliated. Don't fuck with a psychic's favorite authors, okay? Don't fuck with a psychic's favorite actor. Don't fuck with a psychic's favorite chef. Just don't do it. It'd be stupid of you. And you don't know which psychic likes who. So you should be careful out there, okay? Don't fuck with creative people. Because other creative people, we're quantumly connected people, and you don't know who is guarding who, okay? They might seem like bad guys. There's ops out there. You got ops, we got ops. Know this to be true. All right, so witchcraft, Coventry, Lilith. Don't do it tonight. Don't, or yeah, do it. Do it. Lilith wants you to do it. Lilith wants you to attack the Sagittarian. Anyway, Sagittarius new moon for all of you who want to protect yourselves. But the new moon does also have energies. You might want to put your stones out by the window where the moon's going to pass over and stuff. Do nature work. Now, I don't consider myself a witch, but some people might. But I do use rocks and herbs and natural things. Speaking of nerds, herbs and natural things, my mushrooms were stolen out of my apartment. Now, I spent a lot of time picking those by hand in Alabama. I'm a mushroom hunter. Like, I pick wild herbs and stuff that are, because a mystic, shaman, you just know stuff, right? And somebody stole my fucking mushrooms here in my kitchen. So, some of that Kansas shit, that human traffickers are being paid by somebody to come in here into my fucking apartment and do stuff. They pulled some of these off, and I've been finding them flicked around the house. I don't have a cat. I don't have any kids, and I don't pull my rug. So if somebody's coming in here fucking with me, Commander Michael of the Silver Shoes, I'm just letting you know. Okay, so we got past that. So now we're going to go on to Lilith. I'm going to read off of Wikipedia for you some of the Lilith stuff. And then I'm going to stop at a particular point. Because I'm going to tell you my theorems about Lilith, okay? And really the bottom line on me telling you about this is that when you entreat the names of a god or goddess, Antigone, Lilith, Diana, Dionysus, Apollo, Oberon, Hera or Zeus, whoever you're enthralled by in the mythical world, Shiva, Kalima, Tara, whoever is your jam, you should ask their permission if you could use their names. Especially these people in covens take on the names of deities as if they are. Now, the gods up there get amused by this stuff. Okay, and if you're not doing bad things, they'll let you play the part. And to a certain extent, if they like what you do, they will empower you. But then when you get so aggrandized in your own ego and you start believing that you are them, that's when they draw the line and then they put a stumbling block in your path, as it were. And sometimes that stumbling block just might be a fucking ordinary person that you think is powerless, okay? And then it was like, whoa, what have I come up against? Anyway, we're going to talk about Lilith and the strength of women. Because we are coming to a shift. Now, strong women doesn't mean, and by no means I'm not judging, you can fuck whoever you want, men with men, women with women, men and women, even if you want to do goats and dogs, that's your business, okay? I don't effing care. But being a lesbian doesn't make you strong, okay? Being strong makes you strong. I have to put that out there. Anyway, Lilith. Also spelled Lilit. Lilith, Lilitu, or Lilith. A feminine figure in Mesopotamia and Jewish mythology. According to accounts in the Talmud, she is a primordial she-demon. Lilith is cited as having been banished from the Garden of Eden for disobeying Adam. Now, right there, I'm going to challenge that. I'm going to challenge that real significantly. I personally think God made her and thought she was hot and said, no. Okay, I'm going to make you another woman, Adam. If she disobeyed you, I'm good with that. But I'm going to make you the woman for you. He made Eve. And God took Lilith as his own. And they're up there. They up there, they fence and they fight and they fuck and they feast. Just like they talk about Odin's, the Azir, right? You pray to God, you don't get any answer. He's up there fencing with Lilith, and he call me when it's important, okay? Because they enjoy each other. That's my personal opinion about Lilith. Get mad at me. That's going to upset all you religiosities. And here's the other thing about religiosity. Who is anybody on this planet to say, I can't enjoy Lord Shiva because I'm an American? Or because you think I don't have any Indian blood in me? Or why? And if I want to worship Oshun along with Shiva and Apollo and Dionysus and give them my homage because I asked God and he said I could. I believe there is a hierarchy. Shiva, Odin, Quetzalcoatl, they were logoses. They were established by God to come here. They're scientists. They seeded the planet. And it's okay for us to still talk to them, especially if we have some of their bloodline in us. So who is anybody to say, who are you anywhere, in any capacity? Who are you to say, I can't believe these things? And why would a effing mystic fuck with a 69-year-old woman like me? That makes you kind of small, sir. Like this screw from my ex-husband, Warlock. Ignorant. Now, the name Lilith seems related to the masculine Akkadian word Lilu, and its female variants Lilitu and Ardat Lili, The lily root is shared by the Hebrew word Lilith, appearing in Isaiah 34:14, which is thought to be a night bird by modern scholars. In Mesopotamian religion, according to the cuneiform texts of Sumer, Assyria, and Babylonia, Lilu are a class of demonic spirits consisting of adolescents who died before they could bear children. Where that comes from, I don't know. Many have also connected her to the Mesopotamian demon Lama Shutu, who shares similar traits and a similar position in mythology to Lilith. Now, I think Lilith happens to be most favored by God. I do not believe she's a demon. However, I do feel like she could be a demon slayer. Now, similar story is Tara. Tara is amazing. Tara is a Buddhist priestess goddess. And the Buddhists wanted her, you have to come back as a man. And she's, no, I don't. No. And Tara comes in many forms and colors, which means she has lived many lifetimes. Her black form is fiercest. Yeah. You don't want to mess with that. Same things with Sethno and Euryale, the Gorgon sisters of Medusa. Don't want to mess with them. And they live up there in Shambhala. Be very careful. Then there's Lord Shiva and Kali Ma. He was a logos, the story of which not everybody knows. He crafted beings on this world. Now I heard this mythology from Sadhguru. And he doesn't go into an explanation of how and what he crafted and how much it was, but there was demons. He created something that became very, very demonic, and he couldn't eradicate it. So he crafted Kali Ma, the woman demon slayer. And so you see the depictions of him laying on the floor, and she steps on him, and that's how she stops, because she killed all the demons, and then she wouldn't stop killing, right? So he laid himself in front of her, pretty much to self-sacrifice if she killed him, but she realized, that's my Lord, that's my God, that's my husband. And that's how he stopped her. So, how demonic was she? She saw her Lord, and she didn't kill him. Same thing with Lilith. She didn't kill Adam. I don't think Adam had the power to displace her from heaven or the Garden of Eden. That would have been God's place, I think. Quite frankly, I know God had a thing for her, and they still hang out. So you don't want to F with Lilith. She's good friends with Celeste, and she goes to the moon meetings often, and she watches what goes on down here. Matter of fact, Lilith is one of the demon slayers, and when the dark night of the moon, like tonight, comes out, she will be out there protecting innocent people. That's what Tara does. That's what Kali Ma does. They're nurturers, they're empresses, and they're powerful. So be mindful when you take the name of a deity if you are in a coven and you're doing negative witchcraft work, because eventually that deity will come out and do something to you. Remember, your pagan idolatry laws say harm none. Okay? When you want to take somebody's destiny, you're harming them. When you want to swap energy from somebody, you're harming them. When you want to demoralize or keep somebody from speaking out, you're harming them. When you want to keep somebody from being employed or making their bodies broken, you are harming them. And the gods watch. They're up in space, in spaceships, watching you perform, and everything is recorded. Everything. You know, there's a technology beyond human understanding. It's called nature. And it's most astounding, especially when you really explore it. Now, that's all I got to say about Lilith. Be mindful of the new moon tonight. If you're a good person and you're not doing witchcraft on anything, you're okay. But if you're in the dream time and you know you are in the dream time space, do everything you know to put up your boundaries and guard yourself, okay? Because this is a powerful new moon, because it is in Sagittarius. And the Sagittarian is a effing hunter, okay? Be mindful. Bad time for a mystic to attack a mystic. Know this to be true. Now, I've got some words. Today, the words today were educate and receive. I hope somebody got educated and received something. And then I pulled cards earlier. So we have the Four of Wands, the Empress, and the Page of Cups. So somebody's going to be celebrating. Either somebody's pregnant or getting pregnant, or somebody's going to have a new partnership, new relationship, new love. Something's going to burst forward and be very fertile, very loving, very happy. Maybe you're getting married. Things are going to be changing after this new moon, people. Trust me on that. The 27th is the end of the line for certain things. Just know this. Then we have the King, the Knight of Pentacles, the Hangman, and the Ace of Cups. So somebody got a different perspective in the heart space, whether that be creativity, love, heart opening. Maybe the heart is open. A new perspective to somebody who moves kind of slow and is very diligent. Okay. Now they wanted me to pull they wanted me to pull what's this? Mystic Traveler. Sacred Traveler. It's been a while, people. I haven't been out here for a while, but a lot of stuff has gone on. It's been unique. Oh, look at that. Take your first step. Begin now. There it is. Move forward. Don't let anything stop you. Okay? Especially you young people out there. Young people in hard situations. Don't ever give up on yourself. Don't let anybody tell you you're crazy. You can do it if you want to. Oh, look at that. New moon in Taurus. Now, Taurus has been coming up a lot. The energy of Taurus in the tarot readings that I've been listening to. But prosperity lies ahead. I've been getting this message, and I hope it's for me, okay? I hope it's for you too, especially if you've gone through hard times. But prosperity, some of us who've been down on our luck for a very long time, we have people who've been trying to control us and keep us oppressed. Those people are going to be channeled in a different way. You know, they're going to move forward. They're going to move on to calmer waters. They're going to be shown a different way. Now let's see, what's this one? Oh, new moon in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. That's great. All right. So, Did I share the book, Angels Don't Play This Harp, with everybody? Did I? Because I've done this so many times. Did I share the book? Okay, so I'm going to try and figure out how to do the reading of Angels Don't Play That Harp. It'll be very boring for a lot of people. But I did want to talk, this is to people who actually like me. There's a man out there, Luis, Marza, I tried to find you in the yearbook. I graduated in 74. And you're not in there, so you must have been an upperclassman. And it was very kind of you to wish me good thoughts, so I thought about that. But were you in the class that we painted Mrs. Morangello? This is my painting of Mrs. Morangello. We used to go to school 2 hours before school actually started, and a lot of us had to commute like an hour and a half or more to get to our high school. So, and we'd paint and talk and have all these wonderful discussions. But I found unpacked and found some artwork. And this is for the kids with the bouncy balls. This was one of my first, the drawing of an egg. I told you just take a white egg and draw it, and then see all the shading and shadows on there, and see what you can see. It really opens you up to your vision, okay? And my grandson thought this was so cool, and I kind of got inspired by seeing it. And I think I'm just going to take a white canvas and take a white egg and see what colors I see coming around that edge. So that's one of the things I'm going to do. And this I did whilst my first or second year in college. It was just a salt shaker. I was very much, wanted to be Wayne Thiebaud-like. And I don't know what made me stop painting. And then this was like done in the early 2000s when I had to reinvent my portfolio. Anyway, just sharing that because I'm trying to find my way as an artist, right? I did production art for so many years at a greeting card company. And then now this is something I did like when I was still married to the second ex. And it's so childish and weird. And I really haven't found who I am as a painter. So I'm getting there on who I am in this world, in this life now. And I'm kind of enjoying the alone thing. I thought I would hate it, but now I have my own space. I can cook my own food, and I have time. My time will be my time, and I can do art and not hear the stupid criticisms. But look, Odin got damaged. So he's going to be a repair project now. I'll share that repair project with you. Anyway, thank you for listening. If you have, I really am grateful you're here. I'm grateful to be here and getting myself restarted. So I hope everything turns the corner for you, your family, and everything. I hope everybody has a wonderful Christmas, and be blessed, people. Be kind to each other. It's the best way to go. Anyway, I think a lot of you are amazing, and I really do love you. Bye now.